We're live. Hey guys, what's going on? This is Cheney 180 and
I'm playing with myself.
you're listening to another episode of They're Not Dolls.
Episode 218 with sorry.
Go ahead.
This is why Ernie's not here. I'm already messing it up. It's going to be a whole theme throughout this episode, I'm sure.
But all right. Well, we have a very special guest with us tonight. We have the one and only, the incurable collector, the man, the myth, the legend, the real Dallas James. Welcome to the show, man.
Hello. And,
Stud Muffin?
This is cool. This is gonna be fun. This is like my first, real a foray into this whole podcast thing. So this ought to be interesting.
This is like a job interview, since Ernie is in contract negotiations. So I'm just saying there might be a spot.
He's currently searching for the lava burst, the high sea lava burst.
Mm-hmm.
Ever since they announced that it came back in McDonald's, he's been on the hunt. So he's scouring the U.S. state by state trying to find it. Why are you wearing a Superman shirt, Adam?
Oh, I themed it up for this episode. I'm like, I kid you not. I mean, like, Cheney, Dallas, like, I'm super excited for this episode. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to get into McFarlane for sure, DC stuff, superhero, Superman fanboyism, and then, I mean, for sure, my hero. Like, I'm super excited for my hero talk. Like, no, like, I come on, man. I'm wearing a Superman t-shirt too. I'm into this. This is going to be great.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. This is going to be fun.
All right. So for the people out there who may not know you, can you go ahead and break down who you are and what you do, Dallas?
So I'm Dallas James. You've probably seen me voicing my opinion about, this or that, but more specifically about Superman online, and that's because I'm really passionate about that character, and really just passionate about this whole hobby in general, but especially about Superman. I got a great deal of affection for this character, but yeah, you what I do, like, as far as for a living.
No, like maybe like lines you collect. Maybe
like as far as lines I collect, it's interesting because my collecting hobby. I've been doing it for so long. It's kind of evolved into something different.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, there was a time, say for example, like Darth Vader. There was a time we didn't have no 6-inch Darth Vader.
Nope.
And then you had Mayfest coming out with one. Then you had Figure Arts coming out with one. Then you had Black Series coming. So you had all these different Darth Vader figures, and I found myself like feeling like I had to collect all of them.
Mm-hmm.
I got 6, 7, 8, 9 Vaders, 16 Boba Fett's, and I realized that, you know what, I don't need all these different versions of the same character. Just focus on one.
Right.
On one line, kind of stick that. So what I right now really. I still collect Mezco, but my real love for Mezco has dwindled. I like Figure Arts, HF Dragon Ball, because I'm a big fan of Dragon Ball, so I will collect that, but not like I used to when I had every figure. Now it's kind of like a situation where I just get what I can get. But I collect McFarlane. I'm a DC fan, and McFarlane, that's the only game in town.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like that's the only option you got.
Yep.
DC ain't like Marvel. We don't get that same sort of love the Marvel get. We ain't got the options.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, no, not at all. It's
so you kind of gotta, beggars can't be choosers. So I collect McFarlane. I collect I'll collect anything Superman, anything that's connected to that mythology, right? Any character connected is, to me, it's all one. So that. But yeah, I collect a little bit of everything. Marvel Legends, whatever. Anything I think is cool, really, it's down to the point now. It's like whatever I think is cool. I ain't got to know. Like last thing. Go ahead.
And if it's not offered, you get it made.
Yeah, I'll just make it. If it's, that's we can get into that later.
Yeah.
That's a creative
outlet.
Outlet to be able to take something and make something new from nothing. I like the idea of that, which kind of ties me into how like my video editing, why I do that, but the same type of concept. But yeah, I just make it.
So the other thing too that is very specific about you is you drop knowledge, comic book knowledge and character knowledge consistently on Instagram. And it's not like you're trying to show off. It's just you're trying to share the excitement that you have for the characters and the stories.
I just like my Instagram these days. I just post what I like. I just post what I find interesting, and I hope maybe maybe somebody else will find this interesting too. But yeah, I like comics. I like comic books, man. So I try to pass that on. If I know something. Like I be finding out like little cool little stuff that I think like, this is like really interesting. Like that post I made about Superman's costume, and I had all the hitting the quotes in it that nobody knew about. Like that was dope. I said, yeah, I'm gonna share those type of things.
Yeah, I get excited every time I'll see you post a story because like 9 times out of 10 it's something that I didn't know about. And then I get really excited when it's something I already knew. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm on it. All right. I already knew that. Sweet.
Yeah. Yeah. I do like that aspect of Instagram, to be able to pass along, and just share wherever you love and wherever you think is cool with other people. And that's
like the right way to use social media.
Right.
Right. I love that. I absolutely do. And it's like, I use my Instagram weird because my Instagram's a portfolio and stuff, but like, it's like using it for like a reason. They just had that thing that just happened where it's like, oh, maybe likes are going to go away as far as numbers. And
they went right back on it.
Well, because I know they ended up deciding that was a mistake or whatever. And it's like, oh no, they're still doing it in Canada. So it's like, it's just the Americans couldn't handle it.
What's interesting about likes, like I think that a lot of people, like when I really started taking Instagram serious, right? When I kind of moved away from Facebook and I started kind of really focusing on Instagram, I didn't know a lot of stuff about Instagram and how it worked. I didn't know about hashtags and how hashtags work. For example, I'll give you a perfect example like Batman. You see everybody using Batman hashtag. You got to understand something. Unless you have a significant follower base, Ain't nobody gonna see that content. It's gonna get bumped down immediately, unless it has a lot of engagement on it. I ain't talking about likes, because likes is the last thing that algorithm is looking for. It wants to see who's sharing this post. It wants to see who's saving this post. It wants to see what kind of comments you got on there. That's what drives that post to be then start to rank on that hashtag or on the Explore page. But nobody told me that. I know. I'm just using Batman because it's a Batman figure. But it's a lot of levels to it that people aren't aware of. But yeah.
Heck yeah.
Hey, did you get the Mezco Christopher Reeve Superman figure?
When you say get,
do you own it? Have you kept it? Did you trash it?
I got it, but I paid for it.
Oh yeah,
I paid for it, but I haven't received it.
Oh, really?
I haven't received it, so it's been a month. It's been almost a month since I paid for those figures.
I know Laser Pants. The same thing happened to him. He said his has been like stuck somewhere for weeks now.
Nah, mine still processing. They didn't even ship it.
Do they not know who you are? Jeez.
But it's a catch-22 because ain't nothing I can do. I ordered 3 of them. It's not like I can go back and say, you know what, man, forget y'all taking too long, man. I'm up out of here and just cancel it.
Yeah.
Because then I'm gonna lose my NRD. So
yeah.
I
know it was a very controversial one for a lot of people. I love it. I'm actually very happy with it.
I haven't, just from what I've seen, even when I looked at even Prince's pictures, right? The high-res pictures of it. It's not, how can I say this? Me having a real appreciation for that film, for that costume. The costume is supposed to look a certain way, right? Mm-hmm. He don't have dark boots. So it doesn't matter how good the pictures I see, the boots is wrong.
Are off.
They are off.
I'm sure you probably have it, but like I have the Hot Toys version because that movie is held in super high regard to me too. Like that was the superhero movie for anyone I think of our age. Like that was like pretty much the only one until Keaton Batman movie came out. Yeah. It was like Christopher Reeve's Superman was the superhero movie.
And even now, how I feel about because I grew up watching those films on TV.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I was too young to see them in theaters, but I see them on TV. And at the time, I didn't have no real appreciation for, Richard Donner, the Superman the movie, or Richard Lester Superman 2. It wasn't until later until I got this kind of appreciation for those films and really recognized Superman the movie as like this dope. Superman the movie may not be the best superhero film, but it got the dopest origin though. It got the best origin story. Like we look at it the way that it's constructed. So I've always had this immense appreciation for that film. When you talk about the Hot Toys figure, that Hot Toys figure is immaculate.
Oh, it's beautiful.
There is people in the Mezco group who will argue.
Oh no!
That the Mezco is better than Hot.
I mean, that's crazy. But I think that's the fact that I have the Hot Toys one is why I think I'm a little bit maybe easier on the Mezco one because it's a fun figure with an awesome light up base, and it's got all the double joints in it. It definitely has issues. It is not perfect, but it's a fun, good. It's way better than their other Superman figures.
That first one was trash. Oh,
this is a cool wired.
I think Mezco's just in general have that. It's a situation where you got to get it in the hand to kind of really form a real opinion about it. And oftentimes they're always better once you get your hands on them than they are when you're just
especially with a costume like this where it does look more pajama like, and that's based on that's what the real thing was,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I'm going to, when I get it in the hand, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna have the Hot Toys right here. I'm gonna have the NECA. I'm gonna have the Mezco. I'm gonna compare all three. I'm gonna break the whole thing down and give you my honest, informed opinion on what I think.
Well, Mezco, get on shipping it to this guy because I want to watch that.
Yeah.
Give me my figures, man. Come on, give me my figures.
I hate it. I hate it when it always seems to happen when it's something you're really looking forward to.
Yeah, that's what I've been wanting. This is the figure that I've been waiting for more than anything else that they ever even announced, released anything. This is it. This is the one I wanted most more than anything else. It's really Superman. Like, come on.
That's exactly how I'm gonna feel when they put out that new Wolverine they announced. I'm just gonna be like, oh, I need to get my hands on it.
Yeah, that looks good too. They look like they trying to reconcile for all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and let's see. Adam, did you want to check up with our
come
chat
on.
amigos? No?
Yeah, sure. All right. Well, I mean, like, honestly, we haven't checked in at all yet.
No,
guys,
we haven't.
if you're watching the show right now, first things first, go hit that thumbs up button. All right. Go hit that and share with your friends. Tell them that we have Dallas here. We're going to be talking all sorts of McFarlane, DC, Superman, My Hero. It's going to be great. I have a giveaway tonight. We're absolutely doing a giveaway. It is not going to be a random number in chat. Instead, it's going to be a trivia-based question. We'll get to that in a little while, though. In fact, you know what? I'm going to straight up show you guys what it is right now. That way you can tell your friends. Come gather around, because later in the show, we will be giving away a carded Walgreens exclusive Fallen Silver Surfer. So I will take care of shipping, and you guys only have to answer one riddle. a question, a comic question. But that'll be a little bit later in the show, probably around the halfway point.
And then if we hit 100 likes, I'll give something away to you.
So all the more reason. Get more people in here. Share this and get people over here.
Yep. All right.
Oh, now I have to actually do the work part.
Yes.
Ugh. All right. If you haven't already, go hit that subscribe button too. If you hit the bell, you could do notifications, give you all notifications whenever we're going live. But let's say hi to the chat amigos. How's it going?
Amigos?
We got Johnny Number Cinco, Soul Brother, Thunder Crow, Action Figure Expert, the Wrestling Hound.
Woo!
Santo 1414, Norin Radicals, Plastia Dicto, my best friend.
Yay.
Win or Lose, Ryan Carper, Dark Bulb, Salvador Sandoval, Anav Frankie, Fight in Code Names.
I love that.
Laser Pants is here. Pew pew.
What's up, man?
Dorian G. We got Born to Hula, Action Figure Boncho. Oh, Does Machines is here. Does Machines. Awesome work. Love your Marvel Legends stuff. I don't care what anyone else says. Whoa. Freddie Garcia is here. Nick's Figs, Mr. Ortega, Soul 3000 is here to give me a hard time, probably. Love you. Aaron Clark, Cerrone Games is here. 206 Toys, Robert Hunt, Omar Vasquez. We have the one and only Smash Lab Creations is here.
Super Smash.
Up? Renee Garcia. Did I say Renee Garcia already? I said it again. If so, KJ Smith, Matt Stringham is here. 16 Shooter is here.
What's up?
We got Papa Schmitty is in the house. Kuko-san is here. Berserk 69 is here. And let's see. Ulysses Ramos is here. Rasper is here. Chamba. What up, Chamba? Kelly Dorset. Chamba? We got Jurassic Jesse and Sarah Smith. There we go. I think I'm caught up.
All right.
I think I said everyone's name.
You did a great job, Adam. You did a great job. Yeah, usually Ernie does that rundown, Dallas, if you didn't know.
Ernie's way better at it.
He cooks through it real quick. So let's go ahead and break down some of our pickups for this week, and then we can take it from there, yeah? And since you're the guest, Dallas, what did you get in this week, sir?
This, like I was telling you before we started the show, I actually got a package as I was coming in and setting up this little studio right here. I didn't have time to open it, so let's see what we got.
I like that you don't know what it is. That's my favorite part.
Okay. All right. So this
I literally have that same thing though, where I get multiple packs.
Oh, Grimlock. Nice. Nice.
I don't have that yet, and I have not ordered it from anywhere. I need to find. Yeah, no, I need him.
Did you want me to pick it up tomorrow?
Yeah, I mean, if I'm gonna come visit you.
Okay.
Oh,
I just only reason I bought this was because of Willie, man. That's what I like the way Willie looked.
Yes, that. Dude, that I was standing there looking at it, and I'm like, oh man, it comes with Wheelie, like I've got the Masterpiece Grimlock. That's all I need. But I'm like, Wheelie.
I like Willie. That was pretty much. That's.
I mean, I want to like that Wheelie, but Wheelie is like poorly articulated, so it's like.
But you still get him. He comes with Grimlock. Like
I said, I want the thing. I want it. I mean, I'm gonna complain about it because I'm a nerd and I'm complaining. Yeah.
All right. I'll go next since I didn't really get much. Like I just got like a bunch of like doubles and stuff. I think I got in.
Saving me for last. It's always a good idea.
Yeah.
45 minutes later.
Yeah. I got in some more red G.I. Joe ninjas.
Nice. What are you up to? How many?
I think 5. I think I'm at 5. I'm still low numbers. I don't remember if I got some in this week or if I just opened the ones I had, but I got more hand ninjas.
What are you up to with them?
9.
Whoa! You've destroyed me at this point.
Yeah, that's 6. That ain't low numbers. I got 0. So.
And then Ernie was so gracious to let me borrow his Hush Superman to take the thumbnail picture this week. And I gotta say, man, like I don't know how I slept on this because I didn't order it, and I was able to secure an order, but this has gotta be like the best 1/6 scale Superman I've put my hands on.
1/12. You said 6.
That's what I meant. Oh yeah, 1/12. My bad. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
So my only issue with that Superman, if you look at the back, if you look at his cape, you'll notice that he's missing a few triangles on his shield. There should be a triangle on the bottom, and there should also be one on the top, like toward the right.
Yeah, up at the top.
Way to make me hate this. Well, there we go.
Now, if you look on the Reeve Mexico Superman, you'll notice he has a proper shield on his back. He has all the triangles there.
But like, I honestly, like, I'm glad Cheney brought it up. Like, so to you, this is the best Superman on the market thus far as well, or what?
To who? To me?
You, yeah.
Oh yeah, it's the best. It's the best. I mean, there's a lot. Don't get it twisted. There's a lot of Superman figures, but there's not many good Superman figures. All right.
Oh yeah.
At the 1/12 scale, that's as good as it's gonna get. What's better? The essentials with the monkey arms. That's the best. If it damn sure ain't that goofy looking, Mezco classic Superman, that sure ain't it.
No.
Yeah.
I did the best.
I think it was Pharaoh Black that did it first, but the McFarlane Superman head on the NECA comic Superman figure.
Surprisingly, I did a custom with that too, but I used the angry head. I used the angry head from the Mezco classic Superman on that body. But that's a good figure too.
Like,
I don't like the head scope.
The head is what's bad on it. Like
I like the head scope, but the rest of it is straight. It's interesting because a lot of companies, they just can't get the Superman head scope right. They just can't do it. They just can't seem to do it right. Like the McFarlane is goofy looking. Oh, and that NECA one head scope is terrible. But the figure.
I swapped on all 3 of the NECA DC figures. I swapped heads with other companies' heads because I didn't like the figures are great. I love the body. Super excited for the Defenders of the Earth figures.
I see that like that.
Yeah, exactly. That looks awesome.
Yeah,
that looks so much better than the head he came with.
Mm-hmm.
Way better.
I also got in the Butter Baron sent me a 1/12 scale shirt. Toy Amigos shirt.
That's cool.
Oh, cool that you got them before me.
That's cool.
And if anyone
I like personal stuff like that. That's dope. I like that.
Heck yeah! If anyone wants to get them, you can hit up Toying Around, and he can set you up with getting.
And he'll probably get them to you before he gets mine to me.
Yes, absolutely. That's his.
I'm blaming him. It's not even Cheney's fault anymore. It's the Butter Baron.
Yes, the Butter Baron. He also sent me. I don't have them in here, but he printed out some 1/12 scale butter that says Butter Baron. And some stickers and whatnot.
Nice.
Yeah, I might go grab those in a little while. But yeah, that's other than that. I think that's it. I got some doubles for House of X stuff. But other than that, yeah, I think that's about it. All you, Adam.
All right, everyone, get cozy because here we go.
Oh boy.
First up, I was lucky enough to I'm Kickstarter backer, and I ordered the Valaverse weapons pack. So I got the Valaverse weapons pack. I think it's like 35 pieces in there, but some of the pieces
shipped already. Those figures start shipping already?
No, I think they got pushed. Everything's delayed. I think it's like a little bit closer to the summer.
You got the weapon pack.
Weapons. So he did an early, like that's it's cool. So it's 35 pieces in here, but the 35 pieces includes like guns, knives, clips for some of the weapons because they have removable clips. But it's every single weapon that he was producing for Action Force, just released solid black, injection molded. So it's like you could just have tons of extra weapons, and with the G.I. Joe line doing non-realistic weapons and everything, it was just a great way to get a whole bunch of weapons in one go. And it was like, I think like $30 or something like that. But if you're a Kickstarter backer, you also got a discount code. So it really wasn't that expensive. And let me tell you, I've already gone through these, and they're like, it feels like a model kit. Like they're like,
oh, nice and firm.
Yeah, the plastic is like a very rigid, like hard, like ABS plastic, and it is like the detail on them is like perfect. It's like it doesn't look like a bad silicone mold resin cast. Like I'm sure you've seen stuff like that. It's not like anything's soft or anything's gummy. It's like, no, the detail's there. It's crisp. They're awesome. So it's really nicely well done weapons. And then I also got the I haven't read them yet, but I got the Action Force comics.
Nice.
So check it out. I want to support our fellow toy people that are trying to make things happen. And let's see. Next, these guys. I don't know. Like, I know not too many people Transformers very hard, but I do. And these are IDW. So this is Mastermind Creations, third-party Transformers. So they are illegal. But it's Chrome Dome and Rewind from the IDW comics, More Than Meets the Eye. These guys, like, if you've read More Than Meets the Eye,
Chrome Dome's from Headmasters, right?
He's a Headmasters Transformer, but in the comics, and Rewind, is a cassette Autobot. So like they're both existing Transformers, but in the comic they're kind of a couple, and they're awesome characters, and they're like a robot couple, and it's like the coolest thing to finally have toys of them. Chrome Dome is amazing. I have no complaints about him. Rewind, because of his sculpt, he doesn't have any like forward arm movement at all. Like I wish that there was like a swivel here in the shoulder pad, so that way he could move his arms forward. But as it is, no, he can only like do the chicken dance. He's got like elbows and everything, like, but his ball, and he has ball jointed shoulders. It's just that they don't go forward because of the design. Kind of a bummer.
That's too bad.
Yeah, they were trying to keep the look, and it's just like I would have preferred just cut a straight swivel through it. Like
trying to maintain that scope, huh? That sounds like McFarlane made that, man.
Well, it's like the IDW Transformers have like a very specific cartoony look to them, which usually, like with all the other ones I own, they lend itself to articulation really well because they're like lanky, so you could get like crazy like movement and range of motion out of the joints. And like unfortunately, Rewind suffered. So I'm giving away the Fallen Silver Surfer, but I got one this week. This big thanks to our chat Migo moderator Berserk 69 Ronald Ramos. I met up with him. We wore masks. He got hot chicken. I got a Silver Surfer. So that was cool.
Nice.
And let's see. Oh, this is dope. I just got this in. This is the Medicos Fist of the North Star, Kenshiro.
That's you were back in time to get that one. Huh?
No, this is a new release. Medicos. This is the same company that does the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. They just started Fist of the North Star. Okay. So it looks like the Revoltech figure, like blown up to size, but this is actually brand new Medicos. I was back and forth because Storm Collectibles also announced Fist of the North Star as a license, and I was like, which one am I going to go for? We still haven't seen much from Storm Collectibles, but like I don't know. I'm probably going to end up buying both because I have a feeling that stylistically I'm going to be somewhere in between. I think this is cool. He does have some like very Revoltech-y joints in his shoulders that I'm not a giant fan of, but it's Fist of the North Star. And like, this is like an old school anime that like, I don't know. I think everyone's familiar with it, right? And people explode, like, come on. No. I know I'm working on my IMDb on this one. Wow, this looks like I got a lot this week, guys.
Yeah.
Sorry. Hi.
This is Adam's normal weekly haul. It takes about 45 minutes, and then
the Felix toys. So this is another third-party figure, DC. No one officially made Joaquin Phoenix Joker toys. Felix Toys is one of the companies that made 1/12. So this is the one that I got. He's holding a little Oscar in his hand.
That little Oscar, little prop is cool.
Yeah, right. And like he comes with like the removable clown mask and then 4 heads, like no makeup head, crazy bloody makeup head, and then 2 with like cleaner clown makeup with different expressions. And then like a bunch of hands, cigarettes.
How much?
So it was like $80, I think.
That's not bad. You get a lot for that.
No, I'm pretty happy with it.
Heck yeah.
Okay, this is cool because I feel like I was one of the first people to receive this thing, but I ordered from Plunderlings and I got my fawn already.
Nice.
So I just ordered the one fawn, the greenish guy. I don't remember what his name is. I think it starts with an F.
Yeah, I horribly failed at ordering them. I put both of them in the cart, and then it's like one of them sold out. You need to adjust the cart. So I adjusted the cart, and I went back. And then when I went to buy it, it was gone. And I was like,
You sure that wasn't on Mezco's site?
Yeah.
They apologized for how fast everything sold out. And like they mentioned they don't want to be a company that's known for that. They want to be a company that people can get their hands on their toys, which I'm like, total respect. Like I love, like that's
absolutely
right. Like it's just like, and then coming out like right away with an answer like that. It's like they're champs, and I'm not an all in, but I've got some of my Plunderlings back here, and I will buy them and support them as I can. And it's cool. They seem like super cool dudes.
Oh yeah, no, they're awesome for sure. I had spoke about how a friend of mine, his 10-year-old son, was trying to find one, and they helped me get one to him, and he loves it. He loves it, and he wants more. So I didn't get a chance to talk to his dad to see if he got in on the fawns or not, though. But yeah, no, the quality of those things are amazing. Have you picked up any of the Plunderlings at all, Dallas? No. Yeah,
I'm out the loop as far as a lot of things go. For example, like G.I. Joe. I don't we in a different era.
Mm-hmm.
Different era now. This ain't 2008 when you had to drive around the whole state of California to try to find this figure. With no game, it was no pop finder, no Brixie, it wasn't none of that. You had to actually go drive and try to find where these figures are. Mm-hmm. We in a different era now. I'm not going out in the morning sitting in front of Target, bro.
No.
I just ain't.
Yeah.
I just ain't doing it. And if I can't get it, if I can't just log on to Amazon, Target, wherever, and just buy it now, I don't need it. So I don't got no G.I. Joes.
I have to smile kindly on strangers, beg strangers. Like
you got to connect with people to try to get things you want, but they make it so difficult. Like, why is it so?
Oh yeah, it sucks. It sucks to do that. Yeah,
yeah.
That news that came up that Hasbro Pulse is going to potentially have retail partnerships on their site has me very optimistic and excited that maybe someday we'll be able to get Target exclusive Joes from Hasbro Pulse, which would be awesome.
Cool. Like with the Wisdom card just went up on Prime recently, one of the Vipers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I just ordered 10. I mean, okay, it's easily available. I can do it right from my in my pajamas, cup of coffee in my bedroom, and I got to go nowhere to do it.
Right.
But I can't be like, if you got, that these figures, like some of these figures are like army builders. Why not just offer a case of them?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or we've brought it up multiple times. Like, why not offer them on Hasbro Pulse as an army builder, and you could just go on there and buy as many as you want. Yeah.
Buy as many as you want.
Yeah. It really makes no sense.
These exclusives make it very, very difficult, and it turn a lot of people off to it. You know what I mean? Because it's hard to get them.
It honestly, it's it more and more so moving forward. Like, I was thinking about it today, actually, this afternoon, because I had some like laying around here and whatnot, and I was like, man, it's just like it's no fun when you gotta struggle so hard just to collect a line,
Yeah.
And
I take the joy out of it.
It does.
Energy out of it.
It does, because I've got almost all of them, but is it worth it? I don't think so. Like, I'm kind of looking at it like, if they do Cobra Island again, I'm not even gonna try. Like, unless I can like order it easily or do like you were saying, if I can't get my hands on it with somewhat ease, then I'm not even gonna mess with it anymore. I really have come to that conclusion. Like, it's really just like, I don't think I'm gonna do that anymore.
I mean, unless it's something that you really want.
Exactly.
I'm gonna pull forth the effort to go track this down. Or for me, if it's something I really want, I'm just gonna go to eBay.
Yeah.
Pay what they asking for, and just just deal with it that way.
Cut out the hassle. I get it.
Yeah.
Like, trust me. I have PayPal. I'm willing to pay you cost plus shipping plus a little bit for your troubles at least. That's I don't have time to hunt either. I can't wake up and go at store openings.
I can't tell you how many stories I've heard of people that have seen or know someone that has got up and waited outside a Target at like 5:30 in the morning to get Joe's. Like,
it's just sad. It's just like, I used to go into like KB and Toys R Us as a young man with my like earnings from doing chores and buy any G.I. Joe I wanted because they had multiples on the pegs. You'd look at the back and you see all the different characters, and it's like 9 times out of 10 all of them are there and available too, and it's just like, I miss that like crazy.
Yeah, those were the days, man. Those were the days when collecting was fun. Now the way that the system is kind of set up, it makes it a little bit more. It makes it more difficult, and it takes a lot of the joy out of it. Well, if I got to go on Mezco's site and I got to do the whole up down left right BA start just to get my payment to go through. I'm just not going to just deal with it. Man. They make it so it shouldn't be this difficult to buy an action figure. Like,
right.
No doubt.
Agreed. Completely agreed.
I'm not done yet. I have more toys. I buy a lot of toys. I'm a giant fan of Robotech. I got the 1/12 scale Lisa Hayes in. So now I have Rick Hunter, Min May, and Lisa Hayes. So I have the love triangle.
Are they articulated? Is it articulated?
Yeah, they're fully articulated, man. They're basically like Figma articulation.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, no, these are great, man. Like I'm a giant fan of these. I think it's Blitzway, I want to say, that does this.
You'll have to let me know later for sure.
I can send you some links. I order them on like Big Bad Toy Store, but they're really good. I think Roy Fokker is the next one in line, and I'm super excited for him. His death still, I'm gonna cry right now. See, that was like the biggest moment in my childhood.
That was me with Optimus Prime. Like I was just like, oh god, yeah. I've never felt pain like this before.
All right, and then I'm basically done.
Kids, man.
Yeah.
So I'm plugging something because we're also going to talk about this with Dallas. But I copied Dallas and I made a Toshinori custom using Dallas's recipe. And I love this figure. Dallas, you put together such a cool recipe, and like All Might is amazing. I can't wait to talk about All Might and superhero Superman paradigms with you as soon as I'm done with my haul. But not only did I make this and I posted pictures of this, but I came across Eraserhead. So Eraserhead was at Target when I was there. I had to go to work, go to the studio, hit up Target for some essentials, and like, dude, the Target that's in Burbank never has anything. So I just saw him all alone on the shelf, and I was like,
no offer one there.
No, they didn't. Like, and that's funny because one of the chat Migos, like a lot of the guys go to the same stores as me, and they said that they had all of them earlier in the day, and I had obviously missed them, but Eraserhead was still there, and I'm like, what? Like, this is the one I wanted the most anyway.
I was going to do a custom. Of him, and I actually went out and bought the statue. Man, I forget what statue it was, but I was gonna,
I mean, you saw me. Like I copied you. I got the Band Presto one is on my McFarlane.
Yeah. But then he announced. I seen that. I was like, okay, well, never mind. I'll just pick that up. But I'm looking for that. With both of you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw them all last Friday, and I picked up one for all, and I looked at Aizawa, and I was like, I'm going to be disappointed when I open this. I know I'm going to be disappointed when I open it. I should just save the money and not.
So what you do? You passed on it?
I passed on him, yeah.
He does. He has single knees. Single jointed knees. They don't even get 90.
Oh, God. I'll patiently wait for the Rebel Tech. Hopefully we get a Rebel Tech release, because that
let them keep it rolling.
Yeah,
Rebel Tech keep it rolling.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, talking about Rebel Tech and Aizawa and everything, let's get into some, All Might. Let's get into some Superman. Let's break it down for us, Dallas.
Okay, I mean, like I was saying before the show started, I ain't never really told this story, or I've never really talked about where this fandom for this character where it comes from. Now, I have other interests, I have other passions, I have other hobbies outside of this little corner of pop culture with the action figures and the movies and the comics, right? I got other things I like too, like, but you just don't see that because my digital footprint on social media is focuses on this particular thing, and I try hard to keep it focused on that. Mm-hmm. But I have other interests too, like I love motorcycles.
Really,
I'm a huge motorcycle enthusiast. Now I've shared a little bit of that on my Facebook, but yeah, I've been riding for like about 20 years, so I'm like really, I love it.
Nice.
Love it. But But this was interesting about that. I don't know where that came from. I just woke up. Like, I woke up one day and said, you know what, yo, I want a motorcycle. and I went and bought one.
Nice.
And that's how it started. It was nothing that kind of triggered that. It just manifested itself from like thin air. But with Superman's different. Superman, I can tell you why. I can tell you how. I can tell you the when. I can tell you all of that. Because there was something that something that happened that sparked this whole fandom for me, right? And it was this. This is what it was. This right here. All right.
Superboy comic.
All right. Superboy 140. This issue is where it started. Now, it's some layers to this. It's some layers to it. Now, the story is significant. The story is serves no purpose in where this fandom comes from. It's about this gambler, right? He has a superpower, and his superpower is like luck. It's like luck based. It's like chance based. So whenever he gambles on something, he wins. He rolls the dice, boom, he hits. If he bets on a horse race, boom, the horse wins. Whatever it is, he wins, right? So what he does is he sets up this little business with his partners where they're betting on Superboy, and they put him in different situations, like a trap. And they bet on, okay, can he escape this trap? Or they put him in a situation where he got to solve a puzzle or something. That's what the story's about. None of that matter. Right? This is all that matters. All right?
That's Superman pulling a planet?
No, that's Superboy. Superboy.
Oh, that is Superboy.
That's
okay.
Superboy. Not a planet. He's pulling about 15, 16.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Right? Now, let me just read you this. Let me just read you this one thought bubble. All right. He says, by moving these worlds from their own dying galaxy to new suns at the other side of the universe, I'm saving countless billions of lives. Now, when I seen this, I was like, yo, I seen ridiculous stuff. Like I remember when Hulk was holding up that mountain range. Board on the cover, it was like, here Hulk stands beneath, you know what I mean? 400 million tons or whatever it was. I seen stuff like that. Mind you, I also grew up as a kid familiar with Superman. I mean, he was Super Friends. I grew up watching the Superman films, like Superman the movie, Richard Donner, Superman 2, Richard Lester. I remember those films growing up. But Superman, he didn't do nothing. He wasn't that super. Yeah, he flew around the planet, rewind time. Twice, if you want to count the Richard Donner cut. That was it. That ain't nothing. I seen this. I was like, yo, this is what I'm talking about. Now it's some layers to this. First, it's a throwaway panel.
Yeah.
I remember reading this. I'm like, okay, where's the planets at? I don't care about this. What, dude? Where's the planets at? It's just a throwaway. It's just something they did just to introduce the story. It doesn't play any role in the story that follows it. It's disposable panel.
But it hooked you.
It latched onto me.
Well,
that's awesome.
He's moving a solar system.
Yeah,
they just threw it away. Like, okay, on to the next thing. But there's the office. It was nothing. That's the first thing. The second thing was, at this time in school, I was learning about like the universe, like our planet. This the scale, the scope of it. You understand the scope and magnitude of this black ether of this cosmos, and how insignificant our planet was in it, right? So I can comprehend if he was moving just one planet.
Right.
He moving a planet. He moving up dozens of them. It just like blew my mind. Like I just couldn't believe it. Like, this is crazy. Like, who is this dude? This is the difference that people don't seem to understand. Reeves Superman, movie Superman, Cavill Superman, cartoon Superman, all these Superman are different when you compare them to comic Superman.
Yeah.
Especially when we're talking about power. Now, the third thing, one of the most important things about this was the fact that says Superboy.
Right.
Superboy. That's not Superman. That's Superboy. Okay, listen. Listen. If Superboy can do this, then I need to find out what Superman can do. Now listen. Now this is important. I'm gonna tell you why that connection is important when you to a young kid. Now, let's go back to 1940.
Okay.
Superman had been doing this thing for a couple of years, right? And there was other companies that were seeing his success. They was trying to bite off of him. But National Comics, DC Comics was National Comics then. It was National Comics, there was Detective Comics, and there was DC Comics. So National Comics, they were seeing people coming out with clones. They was like, with the cease and desist, boom.
Yep.
We ain't trying to have that. So they was shutting people down left and right who were coming out with these Superman clone type characters like Wonder Man. There was a character named Wonder Man. He was the creation of this company, Fox. I forget, Fox Comics, Fox something. They was like, boom, shut him down. And then Fox Comics had a character called Master Man. They came off their head too. Boom, shut him down. But Fox had another character.
Mm-hmm.
He had another character. His name was Captain Marvel.
Yep.
Now, for anybody here to know who Captain Marvel was, we ain't talking about the Marvel Captain Marvel. We talking about DC Captain Marvel. Shazam was Captain Marvel before Captain Marvel was Captain Marvel. Mm-hmm. All right, so Captain Marvel. And they came at them too, like, yo, check this. This is a clone.
Yeah.
Cease and desist, it's a clone. You're infringing on the copyright of this character.
Not only cease and desist, they're all,
give me that. Upside the head and cease and desist. They was like, nah. What you mean? What you mean he infringement? Popeye, all right? Popeye and Tarzan was doing the same thing before any of our characters. Nah, we gonna stand on them. I was like, all right, cool. We're gonna take it to court. They took it to court. Now this is where it gets crazy, right? They took it to court. Now this case is to this day is like one of the longest comic court battles in history. It was like 10, 11, 12 years this was going on, right? They took it to court. What they did was National Comics, they got all their comic strips, and then they got all the Captain Marvel comic strips, and they laid them out side by side. It was like, Judge, look, it's like verbatim. This is a straight up clone.
Yeah, you took Superman.
This is a clone. And Judge was like, so what happened was the Fawcett comic lawyers, they were slick with it. So they went back, they looked at the same strip. They was like, wait a minute, hold on. Where's the copyright? It's like this stamp, like this little symbol. And so where's the copyright at on these strips? Because what happened was the company who owned the newspaper that these Superman strips were being published in, they neglected to stamp strips. So they was like, hold on, how you gonna get us for infringement when y'all don't even own the rights to the character? The judge was like, oh, Fawcett Comics, boom, y'all win. So Fawcett Comics got a double whammy on them. They were able to continue to keep publishing Captain Marvel, and the side effect of that was that National Comics didn't have no right to Superman no more. So everybody, Tom, Dick, and Harry, start publishing Superman comics.
Oh my gosh!
They didn't have the legal basis to uphold, them and keep them. They couldn't stop them from doing it.
Right.
So they had no right to the character because they neglected to put their copyright on it. So that's kind of like, hold up, okay, all right, we on appeal, and on appeal don't happen like that. You gotta wait. It take time for you to go through that process and get back in front of the judge, right? So there's some time that goes on in between that. So while they're doing that, all these companies are publishing all these different Superman strips. I think it was like 160, 170 strips, comics that was published during that time, and only half of them belonged to DC. The rest was like Tom, Dick, and Harry. So they came up on appeal. But this is what's crazy. Hold on. Before I finish, this was crazy. So as this court case was going on, right, while National Comics is taking Fawcett Comics to court for infringement, they stealing all of Fawcett Comics ideas. They looking at Positive comments like, yo, okay, so Captain Marvel got this cool antagonist, right? Dr. Sivana, his bald head, evil genius scientist. Superman needs something like that. We need something like that too. Boom, Lex Luthor springs up out of clear blue sky. Lex Luthor, right? They're looking at Captain Marvel like, yo, Captain Marvel Jr. like he's like exceedingly popular. We need Captain Marvel Jr. 1943.
Superboy.
Dude, that's cool. That's insane. This is good. This is good stuff. I love these knowledge bombs.
Check this out. So now there's always been some controversy surrounding who flew first. Right? Superman flew first. Captain Marvel flew first. Fact is, neither one of them flew first. It was actually Submariner was the first superhero to fly. But between Captain Marvel, what happened was at the time of his inception, they can both leap tall buildings, and then Captain Marvel start flying. Right? Captain Marvel start flying. DC was like, all right. So in the fresher cartoons, Superman start flying. Then after that, he started flying in the comics. So people are like, okay, well, Shazam, flew first. Nah. Superman actually flew first in the Adventure of Superman radio show.
Wow.
Right? That's where look up at the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. That's where that comes from, the radio show.
Right.
So technically, Superman flew first. But anyway, so Captain Marvel came out, and Captain Marvel was crazy popular. He was crazy. He was exceedingly popular. He was more popular than Superman for a few years because look at these two characters, right? You look at Captain Marvel, right? You look at Superman. Now, on the surface, there's a lot of similarities between these two characters, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they both can leap tall buildings. They're both super strong. They have a similar type of physiques. They both do good. They both save people. They both, operate, function in a similar way. There's a lot of similarities between these two characters. But Captain Marvel has something different. Captain Marvel had an element to him that allowed kids, especially young boys, to connect to him and to relate to him in a way they never could with Superman.
You're never going to be an alien from outer space, but magic could transform you into a muscle-bound adult.
I'm gonna tell you. So he had a different element to his character that made him especially relatable in a way, like I said, that Superman just couldn't beat. Kids love Superman though, but Captain Marvel has something different. Captain Marvel was a kid. Billy Batson, 12-year-old kid, was given the power of Shazam from the words of Shazam. Whenever he said the word Shazam, he would be turned from this 12-year-old kid into the Superman. The kids was like, yo, this is dope. I ain't gotta pretend to be no Superman. I can just be myself.
Right.
You understand? They were able to relate to that and connect to that easier than they could trying to relate to Superman. And his popularity just went
through the roof, yeah.
Through the roof. And so DC, like I said, DC was like, nah, we gotta put the end of this. Tell the court. So the appeal process finally came up. They went before the board, before the judge. The judge, they laid out the same argument. They showed all the same, strips and everything. The judge was like, man, this is blatant copyright. This is straight up blatant infringement on the character of Superman. And they ruled in favor of National Comics. And then Fawcett, they could have appealed, but they stepped back. They looked at the industry, at the temperature of the comics at the time. They noticed that there was a decline in readership. It was at the end of the golden age, and so things were slumping, sales were slumping, viewership was slumping. They say, you know what? They thought the writing was on the wall. They feel like, no, it's over with. Mm-hmm. So let's just cut our losses. Let's just be done with this. So they settled $400,000. They paid them. They laid everybody off. And then that was the end of them. And then after that, that's when Marvel, like in the 60s, like 1967, I think Marvel came around. They copyrighted, they trademarked the name Captain Marvel, right? They trademarked that name Captain Marvel. And then later, in the early 90s, DC came and they bought the rights to Shazam, and that the rest is what it is. But that is what connected me to
That's
this.
it. So do you now? So that do you have a closer connection to Superboy then?
No,
or
so Superboy was just the spark that kind of started this whole ball rolling. I always preferred Superman story because Superboy he was kind of written as this really naive kind of kid, kind of this mama's boy. I just really wasn't feeling that, that characterization of the character of Superboy. But that was just what kind of started me. I seen this. I said, yo, if Superboy can do this, then I got to find out what Superman can do. And I've been trying to answer that question ever since. That's it. That's what started.
So, real briefly, because I've seen it online numerous times, and this may be this may upset some of the listeners or whatnot, but we always see it on online constantly. Goku versus Superman. Who wins?
Okay, so let me.
We'll try and keep it brief.
I'm gonna keep it brief. So, a big part of that, the problem with that debate is that a lot of the Dragon Ball fans, they're not really familiar with Superman. They only know Superman for what they see on TV.
Right.
And I think a lot of these people haven't distinguished the difference between movie Superman and comic Superman. And there's a stark difference between the two. I love Goku. I tell you right now, I got a Superman mural in my toy room, and before it was a Superman mural, it was a Super Saiyan 4 Goku mural. I painted over. I got mad love for Goku. Was my second favorite character. I mean, he's a alien refugee from a virtually extinct race who crash landed on Earth and was raised by human parents who can fly and has all these powers and is a part of a team.
Weird. He sounds similar to another character.
That is part of a team whose primary duty is to protect the Earth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's basically the Japanese Superman.
But it's a situation where, for me, anime Dragon Ball is different. Dragon Ball don't give you those specific stats. I can tell you right now. I can show you right now. I can show you exactly how much Superman can lift. I can show you how hard Superman can punch. I can tell you how fast Superman can fly. I can give you exact stats. If we have a conversation, you ask me who's better, Michael Jordan or LeBron, I'm gonna say let's look at the stats. At the stats themselves.
Right. That's
it. But because Dragon Ball it functions in a different way, Toriyama doesn't give you those stats.
No.
So what you have to do is you have to use a lot of math, quick maths, and you got to extrapolate and add this and add that. And then what happens is you get this really outlandish result, right? If Master Roshi can destroy a moon in Dragon Ball, then that means that Goku, as Ultra Instinct, should be able to vaporize the whole multiverse.
Yeah.
But that's not. But that's not
written down.
See.
Yeah.
That's not what you see. Right?
End the internet right now, because like what it is like, if Superman and Goku fought, Superman is going to mop the floor with Goku on the initial battle. Then Goku, if he doesn't die, he's going to go into training, or he's in the afterlife, he's going to go into training. He'll train, and then he can beat Superman. That's the way it'll work.
No, like
Superman wins first round. Goku probably wins round two.
I'm the type of guy. I just go by feats, unless it's explicitly stated. For example, One Punch Man. That's what he do. He punch fools. That's what he do.
Yeah.
If that's what he do, then that's what he do. But you can't. It's hard for me to accept an argument that one ki blast from Goku can vaporize 55 planets when we don't see the evidence of that. We see ki blasts hitting the ground, 100 of them, 1,000 of them during his fight with Frieza. Ain't no planet exploding.
Right.
Frieza ki blasts were hitting the ground too. So we don't. We don't see the evidence of that.
Well, you showed a good example even earlier with the Superboy comic there. I mean, he's pulling a whole universe, right? That's
he's pulling a whole star.
Yeah, a whole star system. He's pulling it, just pulling it right along.
But like that's the point. Is Goku will train until he can do that. Like, but that's
the crutch though. But the thing is, but there's different layers too, because if you go with the Superboy, Prime Superboy, or you go with original Superman, like original Superman before Crisis and all that.
Silver Age.
Silver Age. He could. I mean, there wasn't anything he couldn't do.
He once vaporized our star system by sneezing.
Yeah.
Accident.
So yeah, it there's like, I think Dallas has a point. There's a lot of people that only reference, the movies and the cartoons and stuff and don't have the knowledge of the Silver Age, don't understand what Crisis brought into the comic books and everything, and, the stats of what Superman can do and what Superman can do that nobody knows about even from the Silver Age.
He can do anything. That's the whole thing. He can do whatever.
Yeah.
He can do anything. Yeah. Anything and everything.
And with Goku, he just really likes to fight. Like, so maybe because, Superman is the good guy that he is, maybe he'll like, okay, I'll go a couple rounds with you, and then, oh, okay, so yeah, you like to fight, and then he'll come back and fight him after he mops the floor with him or whatever. Like, I love Goku, but I'm sorry, man. That's
a thing too. That's a fallacy too. The fact that Superman can't fight. The problem that people may not know is that a lot of writers just depict him as this brawler, right? Mm-hmm. He's a brawler, but Superman knows at least two different Kryptonian styles, martial arts styles. He's been trained by Batman. He's been trained by Wildcat. He's been trained by Wonder Woman. He once spent 1,000 years fighting a war alongside Wonder Woman. All right, he's been trained by Karate Kid. The kid knows every known martial. He's a master of every known martial art that all up to the 31st century. He know about pressure points. He know all of that stuff, but you don't really see that because he just more often just depicted as this brawler, as just this puncher. But no, right. he know how to scrap. Trust me.
Well, Cheney got his chance to bring up the super nerdy question of Goku versus Superman. So Cheney's going to be into this too. But Dallas, I want to talk about the best version of Superman.
Oh my.
Let's talk about All Might, because All Might is the best version of Superman.
So, okay. Disclaimer. All right. I got mad love. I got mad love for All Might. All right. I do. I like the character a lot. I like the show a lot. But this is what I've observed about All Might, especially during the first two seasons, is that All Might is this guy, right? He's this massive celebrity.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone loves All Might. Everyone wants to be like All Might. Everyone wants to be next to All Might. All Might enjoys his fame, his celebrity.
Wow.
Right? He enjoys the lights and the paparazzi and the flashy cameras and all that entails. He lives for it. He's a guy who just bathes in the juices of his own celebrity. This is who All Might is, right? This is who he is. But that ain't really who he is.
Right.
All Might is this guy who's really, at the end of the day, afraid of the world finding out who he really.
Oh right.
Yeah. Let me interrupt.
He's hope.
Yes.
It's like that's a theme that you see in Superman stuff, in Superman movies and everything. But it's like that All Might, like boiled down, his character is about hope. It's about, the feeling. And I love this cartoon.
And he's this guy who he's afraid of maybe what the world might think if they really knew who he really was.
Mm-hmm.
Now, some of that has to do with the fact that he needs to protect his vulnerability, right? He can't go around broadcasting, "Hey, I can only be All Might for X amount of hours,"
right?
Because then his enemies are going to exploit that. So that's part of why he kind of keeps that to himself. But he still struggles with his own self-confidence in who the individual he really is when he's true form All Might. It's like It's like he doesn't want to lose that appeal he has when he's oh my, he just lives for it. And you can see him when he's himself, when he's powered down, how he really struggles with that. Now you take Superman, right? This is the comparison moment. You take Superman. Clark Kent and Superman they're the same. Clark Kent knows what it's like to be lonely. He knows what it's like to be disrespected, to be looked over, to be taken advantage of, to be stepped on, to be pushed around. He knows what it is to be weak. He's able to then take those feelings and be able to be empathetic to those individuals, right? He's able to connect to them better. And you look at Superman. I spoke about Superman's costume before. A lot of these things have meaning to it that some people may not get. But his costume, he wears his tight costume. He doesn't wear a mask. He wears his tight costume, the skin tight, and basically what he's saying is examine me. Right? Examine. I don't have nothing to hide.
Yeah. I have no vulnerability really.
This crest, this stomach crest, House of L, that's who I am. This S, that's what I'm about. And it's on his chest, it's on his back. Doesn't matter if he's coming, if he's going, doesn't matter what angle you're looking at him from, you can always see that. You always see you, so you know right away who he is. Superman is an individual who can walk on the sun.
Yeah.
If you were someone who had that type of power, can instill fear in people, not of what you've done, of what you could do, right? What you could do. That was Batman's whole problem. He was worried about what Superman could do, not what he's done. The probability, the unlikelihood that he might go bad one day. So he got to go, right? But so people make fear. So he tried to make himself approachable. He tries to make himself inviting, so that when people are around him, they feel comfortable.
Freaking KJ.
Superman and Batman walk into a bar, right? Superman and Batman walk into a bar. Which of the two are people going to be clamoring around and asking for selfies and asking and buying drinks and doing all that? It's not going to be Batman. Batman's going to be on the corner over there by himself. Because that's the energy that he puts off.
Right.
Batman is dope, but let's keep it real. That's the energy that he puts off. Superman's puts off that energy that makes people want to be around him.
Exactly.
He's not afraid of who he is. This is who I am. This is it. Yeah, I don't have nothing to hide.
Yep.
He uses Clark Kent. He has to be. What would happen? We know what would happen because we've seen it happen. What happens when Peter Parker tells the world that he's Spider-Man? What's the first thing that's going to happen? What's the first thing that Green Goblin going to do?
His family is screwed.
Right? Yep.
It's a wrap.
Yep.
Superman.
He doesn't have to worry about that.
Let me back up a minute. Let me back up a minute.
Let me read this super chat real quick.
Are you going to fly around the earth a couple times to rewind it?
We got a very generous super chat from Smash Lab Creations, and he said, "Talk about Nightwing."
Nope.
And then KJ said, "Murder She Wrote is more interesting than Superman," and that's from KJ Public Enema.
I have a love for DC. I love like if I had to choose between the two, yeah, I'd probably choose Marvel, but like my whole outlook on that is like why can't we just be happy with both? I am like totally happy
I like
with
both.
I also like
right?
both.
Like it's like is that an issue? I like both. So
for some people that is an issue. Some people expect you to choose one or the other. It's like we can't just like both.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing is like when I was younger, right? I wasn't into sports at all. I didn't care for sports. Mainly for that kind of like, sportsman team mentality. And I found that going to comic books helped me get away from that, right? So now that, comic books and it has, bled into pop culture and everything, it's become this like big, huge thing. I see a lot of that within it now of like, oh, Marvel or DC or Marvel. It's like, why can't we like both? Why can't we like DC and Marvel and Image and anime and all these things? There's no reason why you can't like it all, And
they all it's enough room for everyone to coexist.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Image too, like, and Dallas, I'm pretty sure you're a fan as well, but Invincible, and Invincible is coming on Amazon soon as an animated series.
Is it Netflix or Amazon? Netflix?
Oh, yeah, I thought it was Amazon, but I could be.
It is. You know what? It is Amazon. It's Amazon. You're right.
Okay. But so that comic, when that came out, you know, like it might have even be almost 20 years ago now. It was at least like 15 or so. I remember going to the comics bookstore and like buying the first new issue of Invincible and like loving it, and then reading each subsequent issue. And I was like, this to me feels like what I imagine it felt like for people buying Amazing Fantasy 15, or, you know, like did early Detective Comics or Action, you know, like it's like, this is ground floor superhero. And it's like Invincible, I can't wait for the cartoon. I hope it's as good as what the comic is. But it's like the whole point is like good comics, good art, good story. Like it doesn't matter
right
what company's making it. It's like, just enjoy it.
We got another very generous super chat from Omar Vasquez. He says, anime DC movies is where it's at. They need to feed into the darker side of comic stories, especially when Marvel goes the Disney route.
Animated DC stuff is good, like, for sure. I want to, Dallas, tell us. I want to hear your thoughts on DC movie stuff.
I think that DC is lost, man. DC animated, that's where they excel at.
Mm-hmm.
That's where their strength is at in these animated films. That's where Marvel can't mess with them when it comes to that. Now, when it comes to the live action stuff, it's so discombobulated. Like, we got, you know what I'm saying?
Too many chefs in the kitchen, man.
And Warner Brothers seems to want to have their hands in, you know, they want to micromanage a lot of this, which leads to a lot of problems.
It hurts
a lot of Zack Snyder interviews, and he said he didn't even take no money for the Zack Snyder Justice League, because he was like, hey, I don't want to have to answer to them. I want to do what I want to do without somebody breathing down my neck and trying to micromanage me. So for me to do that, I'm gonna take zero. I'm gonna take zero pay, and that's what he did. And he was able to make the film that he wanted. But the problem with that is, I think that, you know, the one thing I did like about Justice League was I liked the way that Superman was portrayed, especially at the end, right? And Man of Steel, you got the Superman with no real awareness, right? In Superman Lois show, there was a scene where Superman is fighting Captain Luthor, and he leaves the fight in order to fly the ship, you know, out into space, right? He shows awareness, right? He's putting the fight aside in order to save people. And Man, still, you never see that awareness from Superman.
No,
not even once.
That was the one thing that bugged me about that movie, is it seemed like he didn't have a care for human lives at all.
Bro, not to the end.
Yeah.
Hey, never mind this 100,000.
Yeah.
This 100,000 just died. These 4 people here, I gotta say them. What about the other people? You just dropped a satellite on a metropolis.
Yeah, or multiple buildings, just boom, boom.
I like Cavill. I like Cavill as Superman. I don't like the
such good cast
of him. For example, there's three things in Man of Steel that just are egregious, right? The first thing in the Man of Steel is when Jonathan Kent suggests, right, that maybe you should let them kids on that bus drown.
Yeah, that
Jonathan Kent would never
ever.
I just literally had this conversation with Dave Vonner like 2 weeks ago, and he was defending that, and I was just like, "No, dude, there's no way. It's insane."
He would never. The second thing I didn't like, I just found like it was criminal, was when Martha Kent is talking to Clark, and she tells Clark, "You can either be all these things or you can be none of them." Martha Kent would never suggest that Superman not be Superman.
Really bad advice.
Yeah.
The worst, the most egregious thing that happened in Man of Steel was when Superman felt the need to go consult a priest and get his advice as to whether or not he should save the planet.
Yeah.
Superman has gone to people in the past for advice, right?
Mm-hmm.
Batman, you know what you think about this cape? You know what I'm saying? You feeling these boots, or you know he not going to no priest asking him, yo, should I save the earth?
Well, that's a.
It's just gonna save it. Ain't no. It's not. You know.
That's the thing that John and Martha instilled in him as a child. Is like you're always going to do the right thing. If you have the ability to save people and to save the world and to save the universe, then do it. Don't think twice about it.
There's no conversation. Superman is Superman because he crashed here.
Yeah.
He didn't have to see his parents get murdered in some alley in order to get this inner, you know, saying attitude to want to make a change. He didn't need that. He didn't have to sit there and watch his uncle die in his arms in order for him to come to a clear understanding of how power requires responsibility. He didn't need that. He just crashed here. He didn't have to put on display some you know enormous feat of willpower in order to be inducted into this you know intergalactic police force and be gifted this power ring. He just crashed here.
Yeah.
He didn't do none of that. but so we were talking about like comics and just in general and how when you're a writer, right? You're a writer and you given a privilege to write one of these legacy characters, right? They give you Spider-Man, they give you Superman, they give you Batman. You have an obligation, right? You have an obligation, you have a responsibility,
right?
To add to the mythology. You add to it. You don't take from it. You add to it, right? When you walk away from a title, we should be able to look at the title and say, you know what? It's addition. It's all. It ain't but subtraction. It's addition. This is what he added. This is what he added, right? I see someone in the chat mention Bendis' name. I see Bendis' name is I see red. Brian Michael Bendis has done nothing. He ain't done nothing but subtract from the mythology. He ain't added nothing to it.
Which is sad because he added quite a bit in the Marvel. You were like the Superman that we have right now before Philip Kennedy Johnson took over compared to the Superman that he inherited from Peter Tomasi and Dan Jurgens, it's a shadow. He came in. The first thing what he did, what did he do? He destroyed the Force of Solitude, right? And relocated it to the middle of the Bermuda Triangle, right? He destroyed the Battle City Kandor. He killed off Krypton, right? He went out and rewrote the history behind the destruction of Krypton. All right. Now, some of these things have been rectified since. I'm just saying what he's done. The most egregious thing he did was he aged John Kent. For that, he deserved to die.
Yeah, because that was like the fun part, man, when they brought.
Oh my God, dude, Jonathan Kent. Now, at the new time, when Rebirth jumped off, I was a new dad at the time. Now, people say, "Oh, Superman, you know, he ain't relatable. He's too powerful." But you're looking at it from the wrong way. You look. That's a fallacy, right? That's a skewed perspective. That ain't you. Are looking at it in the correct way. You're not supposed to relate to his powers. How you gonna relate to a dude who can shoot lasers from his eyeballs? Yeah. Who can exhale, you know, gale force winds from his chest?
Mm-hmm.
Speak for yourself, Dallas. I mean, come on, man.
I think that's kind of like I like the way that you're looking at that because I look at when I started watching My Hero, I looked at it from not the perspective of like Deku, but more for the perspective of All Might, and the fact that it's like I've only got a limited time left to make you something better than me. And
I'm just always seething with rage like Bakugo personally.
Yeah, no, I like when I watched that show, like I got really emotional because I'm like, oh man, like it hit me in a different way than it hits a lot of people. Like I related more with All Might, and you know, like with my own kid, like I need to make my kid better than me, and I only have a set amount of time and a set amount of energy to do it, and that's the way that it resonates so hard with me.
Yeah, so that's how you can connect. So that for me,
exactly.
Being a new dad, and I'm saying being a new dad, being a husband, you know what I'm saying, working, and paying a mortgage, and juggling all these responsibilities. I can look at that and I can see, like I've already referred to family life, right? All those things as the most beautiful struggle, right? The most beautiful struggle. That's what I call it. And you can see Superman struggling, like as he's trying to navigate this path at being a new dad.
It was something that we hadn't seen before, too.
Oh, man, that was dope, man. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
Then you had the Super Sons. You had Damian, Wayne, and Jonathan Kent going on their little adventures. And that all ended when he aged him up.
Yep.
He came in.
He ruined it.
We know for a fact that Dan DiDio, see, I don't like Dan DiDio. Well, I can't say I don't like. I don't know him. I don't like his philosophy when it comes in regards to superheroes. Like a lot of the things, we know what he wanted to do because we've seen his personal hit list, his handwritten hit list. He wanted to kill Nightwing. He wanted to kill the heart and soul that. He wanted to kill Nightwing. He wanted to break up the marriage of Lois and Clark. He did all them things before he got up out of there, right? So you see this character of Superman, and he is relatable when you look at it in you know what I'm saying, from a different perspective. Mm-hmm. You're not supposed to relate to his powers.
Right.
You're supposed to relate to how he uses. Somebody posted this picture in the ACBA like last week, yo. I forgot the name of the artist was, but it was a picture of Hush Superman, and he was saving a cat. Now that's some imagery we know that's familiar with Superman, him saving a cat. I mean, we've all seen that at one time or another, but it's more to it than just that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if I'm gonna tell this, let me back up. Let me back up. So, Dan DiDio, I don't like his philosophy, period. But he said something one time that I found profound. I was like, yo, I never thought about it like that. He, in his documentary, he likened Superman to a firefighter. I was like, firefighter. And he used 9/11 as a backdrop for that, right? Yo, us, you and I, we running out of a burning building. We're not running toward it.
Nope.
Firefighters, they run in it.
Yep.
At great expense, right, to their own lives. These people with families too.
Yep.
But they exemplify this idea of the selflessness, right, and the ability to put themselves above others. So that's what they do. Now, Superman, right? So firefighter. Now, when I was growing up, we used to live across the street from this fire station, right? And my bedroom window was like in the back of the house and it faced the station. But it was like an older station. It was like an older station. It had a garage. Like it had a driveway that led down into the garage. So whenever they pull up or they would back in and pull out, the high beams and the flashers, like for a few seconds would hit my window. Like it was like the perfect angle. And my mother, y'all ever seen E.T.? E.T., the kid Elliot had these rainbow blinds. You know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. He had these rainbow blinds. My mom, she used to sew a lot. So she took this old shower curtain and she made these curtains out of it. And they were rainbow like that. So whenever this fire truck would leave, they'll come up out this driveway and come to the top. The high beams will hit my window. And it will hit this curtain and it will make like this disco ball. Like the disco ball effect, like this light show. Like Close Encounters of the Third Kind, like I was in my room. You understand? So whenever they would leave. Whenever they come back, they were always back in. So I would get it again. And I lived in like high crime area, so it was always a lot of activity, shootings, and all that type of stuff. But especially like on days like on 4th of July or New Year's, when they was like, cats blowing their fingers off or wrapping their cars around poles, whatever it was, they was always responding. But this is what I realized, right? This is what I observed. Like it didn't matter what time it was, y'all. It didn't matter if it was 1 o'clock. It didn't matter if it was 3 a.m. It didn't matter if it was Sunday. It didn't matter if it was Friday night. It didn't matter if it was Monday. It didn't matter if it was their birthday. It didn't matter if it was, Christmas Eve. It didn't matter if it was Thanksgiving. None of that mattered. When that call came in and that alarm sounded, they got geared up and they bounced.
Right.
Respond to the mercy wherever they get there. They render their aid. They do whatever they do, and then they come back, take off their gear, go back in the fire, do what they was doing until the next call come on. Sometimes they will start backing up before they can even get that joint in park. They pulling back out again.
Yep.
But that's just what's like. And most importantly, when these men and women show up, they don't pass no judgment on people. They don't ask you, yo, how fast was you going? Like, what did you do? They don't do none of that. They just there to assess the situation, render aid, try to be consoling, try to be comforting depending on what the situation is, and then they go back.
Yep.
whatever questions need to be answered can be answered later. Right now, listen, I've been on the end of this. Now, I mentioned before I like motorcycles, right?
Mm-hmm.
When I got my first bike, I was reckless. Reckless.
They're dangerous.
I didn't have no appreciation for the machine.
Right.
I didn't have no respect for it. None. And my actions and my behavior showed that. Like we was crazy. It was crazy. So it's one night, right? It's one night. The energy was good. It was summertime. It was warm as Friday. I had some brand new Sean Johns on. Sean Johns was in there. Some brand new Sean Johns on. Feeling good. Had some Air Force Ones on. No, Air Force Ones was in. Nelly, no Air Force One. Some brand new Air Force Ones on, right? And I'm coming through Oakland. I'm going to the mall. Come to Oakland by myself this time. By myself. And all the crazy things that I've done this night, I'm just chilling. I'm in a slow lane. I'm just enjoying the edge. I'm just enjoying the ride, right? I'm just chilling.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm riding, and I see this red pickup truck like in my peripheral come up on my left hand side. He's coming past me, right? But I see him like starting to move over. But I'm like, yo, he seen me. That first rule of motorcycling, right? First rule, you expect them not to see you.
Right.
Never seen.
That's how you live. That's how you survive. You expect that they don't see you and then you act accordingly.
Right.
Like that went out the window. So I had a Class A at the time. I still got it now, actually. I had a Class A at the time. So I knew about defense. Right. You understand? I knew about using your intuition and expecting dude to do something stupid and then proactively react to that before he does it. That's how you avoid accidents, right? I could have sped up. Boop, boop, boop. I could have got about. I could have backed off. I could have hit the horn. I could have moved over. I could have did a whole bunch of things. I didn't do nothing. I just stood in the deer in the headlight, dude ran me over, right? Ran me over.
Oh
down.
my gosh.
I was never scared about going down. This is something you got to understand. When you ride, you're going to go down.
Yep.
You're going to go down. Like they say, two type of riders, those who've been down and those who are going down. The point is you're going down at some point. Now, it might be a slow speed crash. You might pull up into Chevron and get some gas, and this old Civic, the leaking oil. You hit that oil slick and you drop it.
Yep.
Or it might be what this situation is I'm about to tell you about, right? It might be something more serious. Point is, you're going down. I dropped my bike one time, right? I pulled up. We live in some apartments. I pulled up in our parking stall, and it was this girl in his car next to me, right? So I thought it was cool. You feel me? I thought it was cool. And I got off the bike to go get the mail. But when I got off the bike, I got off. I started to walk away, and I heard like, "Boom!"
Oh.
I forgot to put the kickstand down. Bike just dropped.
That girl was no longer impressed.
No.
I got the war strength. Boy, I picked that joint up like one shot. Then I walked in the house defeated. But anyway, so this night, so I'm driving. I go down, and I'm rolling. And I'm aware that I'm rolling, right? I'm aware I can see me going over.
Oh my gosh!
But then it's like someone hit the warp drive. I just went from this manageable roll to this intense, like just hyper speed thing, and I was like, every fiber in my body was just like this whole. I had my hands in my helmet. I just and then I was like, dang, like when is it gonna stop? I thought it was gonna stop. But fortunately, I rolled to the shoulder, and I didn't roll into traffic. So I'm on my back. Flip up my visor, I'm looking up at the sky. It's clear. So I'm like, man, all the nights that happened on this night. But I'm laying there, and I seen people. I have friends that go down, and they didn't open their eyes back up. I seen people get in accidents, and their whole body was mangled. So I'm like, all right, I'm alive. And then I had this apprehension about wiggling my toes. I had a checklist. All right, check, I'm alive.
Yep.
Check, I ain't paralyzed. And I was scared. Like I was scared to move my toes because I was afraid of the implications of if you move. But I wiggled them. I was like, cool. I'm alive. I ain't paralyzed. And I'm about to get paid. Dude. Because the dude hit and run.
Oh
he kept it pushing. It didn't matter how uninsured motorist. I'm just saying, he probably thinks to this day he killed somebody on 880 because he never even stopped.
Oh my gosh!
So fire station showed up. Here's the point: the fire station showed up, and them brand new Sean John, they cut them joints.
Right off.
Off. I was sitting out there on 880 with a helmet on, some underwear on, some socks, and some Air Force Ones. right? It was a woman. It was a fire woman. She was like so consoling and so you know what I'm saying, reassuring to me. And I, because before that, I had felt like something wasn't right with my knee. I was like, man, what's up with my knee? And I went to lift my knee up, and I kid you not, the pain came from it was an evil, like a sinister pain. It came from like the depths of Mordor. Right? You understand? It reverberated down to my clothes, to the top of my head. It was.
I see you.
It was crippling. And what happened? I had cracked my kneecap.
Oh my gosh!
And when I moved my leg, it, like part of it had came up. It was horrible. Anyway, fire station showed up, and she was like so reassuring. I was like, where's my bike at? She was like, don't worry about the bike.
That thing's gone.
I did whatever. It was like in some ditch, like 100 yards away. So it was. I seen it like a few days later because I had to go get something out of it, because in the seat there's like a little compartment in the seat where you can put stuff. I like my registration, and I had to go get that. But anyway, but she was so reassuring. Then she didn't ask no questions of who fault was. What did you do? How fast was you going? It was none of that.
Yeah.
It was just like, all right, we're gonna take care of you, blah blah. You know, and that's what it was. And the ambulance showed up, and that was that. But so Superman, right? It don't matter where Superman is. It don't matter if he's on a daily planet. It don't matter if he's on vacation. It don't matter if he's in the watchtower. It don't matter if he's taking a bath. It don't matter if he's at Costco. It don't matter. When that call comes in, he gonna put that cape on. He gonna respond.
Yep.
Right, he's not going to. When he gets there, he's not going to question somebody as, yo, what did you do?
Right.
How did you get yourself in this situation?
Yeah.
He's going to mind that, you know, whatever questions need to be answered, we gonna figure that out later. Right?
Yep.
Firefighters. They put out fires big and they put out fires small. Right? Put out fires big and they put out fires small. Right? It doesn't matter if it's a 4-alarm fire, some skyscraper that's ablaze, or if it's a dumpster fire. They're gonna respond accordingly. It doesn't matter. Superman. So back to this picture of Superman with this cat, right? So Superman is saving the cat, but it's more to it than that. It's more to it than that. Now listen. So this is a dude, like I said, who can walk on the surface of the sun. This is a dude who can move a solar system with zero effort, right?
Right.
This is a guy who fights gods. This is a guy who wrestles angels.
Yeah.
Right? This is a guy who puts out fires big and puts out fires small. He's not beyond rescuing a cat from a tree.
Right.
Superman has absolute power. Absolute power and authority by default.
Mm-hmm.
Everything he sees. No one can stop Superman from doing anything he wants to do, but Superman, his this power is kept in check. It's governed. It's balanced. That's what it is. It's balanced by his absolute compassion and his absolute humility. All of that is why I love the character.
That was beautiful, Dallas. That was absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Now tell us how you feel about McFarlane DC.
McFarlane is a catch-22. Like, look at this line objectively, right? Ain't nobody messing with McFarlane when it comes to scope.
No.
They not.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody, Hasbro, Marvel Legends, Black Series, whoever you want at that price point, they not messing with McFarlane. McFarlane is a madman. McFarlane is giving us unique scopes. Every single figure is a unique scope.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that death. Look at that death cycle, bro. Look at that death cycle. Look at the death Batman. The scope of these things is crazy. But with that scope, it's a catch-22. It's a monkey's paw.
Yep.
It's a monkey's paw. You gotta give up. You gotta give up something in exchange. Now, these might be
not the paint.
These might be really great scopes, but the articulation is trash.
Yeah.
Look at Grim Knight. Grim Knight can't do nothing but hold his head like he's lifting weights. That's it. He can't do nothing else because the scope is so good that it really limits the articulation. The death cycle, at least on mine, I couldn't get Batman to reach the pegs. I couldn't get him to sit on the bike with his feet on the pegs. I ain't got no problem doing that with the Punisher or doing it with Deadpool and the Scooter or whatever. But because the scope is so good, it's bad.
Mm-hmm. I would agree with that.
That's the first. The second thing about McFarlane is the fact that the scaling. I don't mind the seven scale. That's what you want to do. Cool, 7 scale, cool. As long as the figures scale with each other. How Batgirl gonna be the same size as Superman?
Or how many Robins wide is a character?
Superman's 6'3". Batgirl's like 5'4". How's she taller?
Right.
Than Superman, right? The scaling.
Because she has to fill up that much packaging, according to Todd.
Is that what it is? Man, come on, man. That's
we got another generous super chat from Smash Labs. He says, Dallas, can we have our own podcast, LOL? All the chat migos.
Shout out to Espinoza.
All the chat migos are really in love with your energy, Dallas, myself included. Like,
yeah, I mean, this, we talking about something that is exciting to me. Man.
Oh man,
that,
it's definitely a treat on my side for sure.
But the McFarlane, so it's like a catch-22. I like the figures, right? I like the figures, but I don't. So we getting a death metal trinity before an actual
real one,
normal trinity. Yeah.
We got a Dark Knight Metal Justice League before the actual Justice League. People say, "Oh, well, death metal, it was relative." No, Vincent. Dark Knight Metal ended in April of 2018. Relevant to who? Those characters haven't appeared since.
Yeah.
They got waxed at the end of the story.
Yep.
They appeared on like one panel in death metal, and they wasn't even a real Dark Knight. They were robots. Like Dark Father appeared on 6 pages. Then he got punched into space, and we ain't never seen him again. But we get a build a figure of this dude.
Yeah.
Why? He's a disposable character. He's of no relevance to anything. This is what McFarlane do. Check this out. If you were to take all the McFarlane figures, right? Take them out. Just imagine for a second that none of these figures had no brand affiliation. Look at these figures for just what they were. They was not associated with nothing. Just take them for what they are, right? He can take these figures and put them in a Spawn box and still my Spawn figure.
Easily.
He's doing what he's comfortable with doing.
Right.
If he did a Plastic Man, it would be trash because Plastic Man don't have no dope stuff.
No spikes or knives or
He's doing the things that he's comfortable with doing.
Right.
So on one hand, I do want him. Like it's cool to have a death metal. A Dark Knight Metal Justice League, the whole team, because they do look cool together, but not at the detriment of other characters. So people say, well, Hasbro Marvel Legends, they do a whole lot of Spider-Man. Yeah, they do a lot of Spider-Man, but it ain't. But when you add them together, right? If you do the numbers, you do a percentage. What's the percentage of Spider-Man figure that they made this year in comparison to everything else? I know what it is for 2020. I know what it is for 2019, and guess what? It's like 30%.
Yeah.
What's the percentage of Batman-related figures that McFarlane has done?
80?
97.
Yeah.
80% Batman. Now, people say, well, Batman sells. What you mean Batman sells? McFarlane, Mezco, these are companies that have a very dedicated, right? A very supportive, a very loyal, a very thirsty fan base. They gonna support whatever you do.
Doesn't matter. Yeah.
Put out whatever you want to put out. I used to work for Pepsi back in the day. I used to work for Pepsi, and I was a salesman. I had one client. All right, I had one account, 7-Eleven, and all the 7-Elevens in all the Bay Area. All right, all the 7-Elevens, all the way from Livermore all the way to Mountain View. All the 7-Elevens in between that, right? With Coke, in some areas, Coke is king.
Mm-hmm.
You roll up into an account and you may drop off a pallet. All right, you think you're doing good, and Coke come through there, they drop off 10 pallets. You know what's crazy about it? It just be all Coke. It don't be nothing else, just Coke. When I got Gatorade, I got Frappuccino, I got Diet Pepsi, I got Pepsi, I got Mountain Dew, I got Sprite, I got all this Aquafina, I got all this other stuff. Coke just got Coke. They don't need nothing else. Now listen, I'm at the 7-Eleven, right? And it was always a war with me and a Coke salesman. So I was slick with mine. I'll come in when he had just come in. So whatever space he had, I'm taking your space, right? If you had 3 rows and I had 2 rows, guess what? You about to have 2 rows. All right? this how the game. This how the game went. So there's one 7-Eleven, right? That's what I was doing. I was up in there, taking his space. And dude walked up in, like, "Yo, what you doing?" I was like, "I ain't doing nothing. What you mean?" You know, he was like, "Hey, Coke, Pepsi don't sell here." So we went around out the cooler and went in the front to the front of the door. He's like, "Yeah, we sell more Coke here than Pepsi." And I looked at the door. I looked at him. I said, "Man, are you serious? You being serious?" Pepsi had 2 rows, right? 20 ounce, single serve. That's the butter right there.
Right.
That's what you make your money on. 20 ounces. I had 2 rows of Pepsi. Coke had 4 shelves of it.
Wow.
He looked me in my face and said, "Coke sell more?" Yeah.
I wonder why.
I'm pretty sure they do sell more when they got a whole door. Right. Yeah, they're gonna sell more.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, if Batman is what's on the shelf,
that's gonna sell more. Yeah.
That's what's gonna sell.
We got a very generous super chat from Nick's Figs. He says, "Is Toddy scale? I started using the Robin scale for my everyday life, and it changed my life. My girl loves how many Robins tall I am."
But how many Robins wide?
Right.
But yeah, it's so McFarlane's kind of like that situation where he can do whatever he want. We'll support whatever he's doing.
Well, plus the other part too is he's for the most part the only game in town doing decent.
And he's the only game. And what else we gonna get? There's no other alternatives.
No, there isn't.
It's not. Everybody's doing Batman. Look what Mayflex is doing Batman. It's mostly Batman. Yeah, we get a little sprinkle of Superman in there. I mean, I can say this. See, I ain't being really honest. I'm not being honest because if McFarlane was just doing Superman, I wouldn't be saying no.
I love that.
I don't think I have a problem.
So as soon as Greg Capullo becomes the artist for Superman,
we're gonna see a whole lot more Superman.
Then Todd will make tons of Superman product.
Most definitely.
And Dallas will go real quiet, real fast.
Yeah, but it's like, it's like, man, and like with Mezco too. It's like Mezco's like does a lot of Batman.
Mm-hmm.
Do a lot of Batman, but Mezco is in a similar situation where they have that same type of fan base. They gonna support whatever they do.
Right.
They're not really in a box or back up against the wall. They can do whatever they want. Right, but it's kind of funny. Mezco's like this funny sort of thing because you have like look at their website, right? Mezco don't have no incentive. They don't have no incentive to do nothing different.
Right. They don't have to.
We can complain about the website. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. That don't apply. It's broke.
It's broke.
But
super broke.
While they still using it. Y'all still using it? Well, why I want to spend any money or resources to fix it if they still using it?
Yeah,
they still make their money either way. Yeah,
we sit here and complain about how many Gomez's Mezco do all day, right? We can sit and complain, wish Mezco would do more of this or more of that, and start focusing on their own IP. Why? It's pure profit.
Yeah,
plus, y'all buying it and it's selling out.
Yeah, you guys buy it every time. No matter how many
it is.
Yeah,
it's gone. It's up out of there. It's a wrap. It's sold out. You can't even get it.
No matter how many comments you see.
The fact that their own IP stuff is now like more expensive than the licensed stuff is
but on the flip side, the Goldman stuff is dope though. The fact that
I buy it. I know. I'm part of the problem.
But I'm saying, even with like the female figures, right? We got the power. We the consumer.
Right.
The community. There ain't no community. It just clicks. an individual. That's what it is. If it was community, the two mezco groups, right? The two big mezco groups, right? That's the core. That's the core of their consumer base. That's them. It's us. They can come together and say, you know what? This is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do. We ain't gonna buy Harley. We ain't gonna buy that woman.
I have not bought a mezco female because of my problems with the base bodies.
Yeah, we ain't gonna buy it. And the Mets gonna be like, oh, check this out. You know what? Hey, we got about 4,000 figures here. There ain't nobody buying. Maybe we need to do something different.
Right.
But if the product is still selling out, what incentive do they have to change it?
They don't. There's no incentive. It's like I was saying too. Like it doesn't matter what they read in the comments section of places of like, oh, I'm tired of Gomez. Oh, I don't want this. I don't want that. The real answer is always given to them when it sells out.
Sells out.
Yeah, sells out. Everything sells out. Yeah,
it's gone.
I don't want to run out of time. Cheney, I saw you yawn.
That's that I work nights, man. Like I slept,
well,
I slept very little today. So
excuses, but it's like Dallas, I know we've talked so much about DC. There is one other area that I want to get to, and that's Into the Spider-Verse with you. On multiple levels. Talk about the toys, because I know that you have a love for that film. I know you have a love for Marvel as well, but like that film, I have a love for that film. All three, we have kids. My son and I saw that movie in the movie theater. He's in love with it. I'm in love with it. I've been buying all the toys.
Yeah.
It's
like had epic birthday party celebrations.
That was actually just that wasn't actually a birthday. It was just we decided to throw him.
Can you adopt me?
Yeah. But Into the I don't know, man. I got mixed feelings for Into the Spider-Verse, man. Into the Spider-Verse kind of ruined my life, man. When my son, he was all about Superman, and then I made the mistake. I took him to see Into the Spider-Verse, man. He just
loved it.
So good.
He broke my heart, man. He just since then it's just been
all Spider-Man.
It's just been all Spider-Man. Period. Just Spider-Man. We went from that, then we went to all the Tobey Maguire films, and we went to all the Andrew Garfield films. It just he watched the cartoon.
Did you guys watch the Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon?
Spider-Man. He watched all of it.
Yeah,
all of it. But he just has this fascination for this character, and it's cool. But Spider-Verse is dope.
Yeah.
Spider-Verse is my favorite Marvel film. I don't care if it's live action, animation, whatever. Yeah. It's my favorite Marvel film.
It was.
I had a smile plastered on my face, start to finish, in the theater. I'd never seen a comic book movie done as much justice. Like, it was perfect.
We went as a family. It was amazing.
It was flawless.
Yeah.
It was flawless. Everything from his origin costume to Steve Ditko, man. Steve Ditko getting that love, and
finally getting his love. Yeah.
And that just was like, and then even people have seen me make comments that they may have found controversy about Stan Lee, but I'm not. That don't be my intentions. I got bad love for Stan Lee.
Right.
Yeah. It's not
that love.
It's not that I'm trying to take anything away from Stan Lee. I'm just trying to give something to like Jack Kirby.
Right. The other guys that were involved. Exactly.
Ditko. The other people that nobody know. Jack Kirby, who that? Steve Ditko.
Yeah, no, I know exactly. I know exactly how they feel, because everyone's like, oh, Ernie, oh, Adam. And I'm, hey, guys.
What?
What?
I'm just kidding.
Like, Adam. But even the figures, but Spider-Verse, I think what happened with Spider-Verse as far as the figures goes, and I think that a lot of people didn't know it was going to do what it's going to do. It's going to have
impact. They had no idea.
Pretty much everybody slept on it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we just not getting figures from like Marvel Legends, like
yeah,
a few years later.
Exactly. Yeah,
but
like that doesn't happen with the MCU stuff.
Yeah,
no doubt.
They're like everybody's like playing catch up now. We should have had this merch like from the jump.
Yeah. Yep.
Are you? Did you? I'm sure you did. You pre-order the Sentinel, the 1,000 toys?
I got the Sentinel. I got four. Young the young rich toys. I got the Legends. I mean, anything Spider. The only other thing that I'm like, hey, it's automatic. You know, it's like music, like Mary J. Blige or Jill Scott. I ain't gotta listen to no Jill Scott album. If Jill Scott says she got a new album, hey, it's auto buy. I don't gotta go into it and say, oh, let me see this track. Oh, let me see. Nah, it's auto buy. So that's the same thing with Spider-Verse. Like, it's auto. It's on auto.
Yep.
Yeah, anything that come out, that's the only other property outside of Superman that I'm buying just often, just automatically.
That's how I am with X-Men.
Mad love for that film.
That's how I am with X-Men.
That's just so you know, Dallas, when you were like rewind back to the beginning of the show and you were showing the Superboy comic and you started talking about the villain in there that had luck-based powers, Cheney was biting his tongue and saying, that sounds like Long Shot inside his head the entire time. Like, he was like sitting there and he just wants to be like, you mean like Long Shot? I swear to God, I know it.
It's more of a situation where he has like, he's just lucky. So he just like domino, but with gambling.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So with gambling. Yeah, that's but you know, these comics are kind of crazy. You know, that age, that during this period of time in comics and how the stories was written, they're like I read the story, it's like, you know, a lot of funny moments like happening that you don't see. It's like so silly. But you know, it's funny, but that character, his name is what's his name? Oh, Lucky Lucifer.
Lucky Lucifer. Oh, all right. I dig it. All right, I got one final question for you, and that's a little bit of a two-part because it's toy / DC movie stuff. Like, what are your thoughts, expectations for the Snyder Cut, and what do you think about that McFarlane Dark Side that just showed up today?
I think, well, as far as the Snyder Cut goes, I think that what we got. Well, now I know because I don't know if you knew this, but Zack Snyder has never seen Joss Whedon's Justice League. Did y'all know that?
No,
I had not heard that. No,
the film. So that means that the Superman we got in Justice League is going to be very different from the Superman we're going to get in the Snyder Cut, which means that Snyder Cut Superman is going to be more in line with the one we already got in the first two films. So it's going to be a more darker Superman who don't really want to be Superman. So
right.
I'm kind of apprehensive. I mean, I think it's going to be a BVS situation with the extended cut and then the theatrical release. I think it's going to be a better film of a bad film. You know what I mean? So
I hear you. Like, that's like kind of like, I feel like it's not going to be a bad movie because it was a bad ish. I didn't hate Justice League, but it definitely had many issues. I feel like he got the ability to reshoot it. He heard all the criticism. So it's like, how do you mess that up now? You know, like, it's like you get extra money, you get to do reshoots, you get to change it knowing what people thought about the existing version. So it's like,
hopefully, you know, what we get is you know, lives up to that. I mean, I hope it's at least on the same level of Man of Steel. I didn't like BVS, but I hope it's on the same level as at least Man of Steel. As far as the figure, I mean, it's in line with what McFarlane does. And people forget McFarlane been making figures since 1996.
Yes.
1996, and he still has not moved into the 21st century yet.
Nope.
So it's gonna be, you know, it's gonna be like everything else. I mean, you know, it looks cool, but all his figures look good.
Yeah,
they look good.
They look great.
And I was like today years old when that Dark Side image leaked out, I guess, or whatever. That I've known Darkseid in the comics forever. I didn't realize how much his costume looked like a sundress until I saw the McFarlane.
That skirt. You know?
Dude.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's always had that.
I know he has, but it never. It's like the McFarlane action figure accentuates it in a way where I'm like, he's dressed like a lady.
I think it's because the skirt part and then the upper chest part is the same color.
Yeah,
that might be.
He's very hourglass. He's very hourglass too.
But yeah, I mean, it's. I take the dark side. I'll take it on the dark side. I'm with that. I don't got no. Cool. Give us a black suit, Superman.
When I was a
kid, even with that, it's like Snyder. Like, are you? Be honest. You actually read the comic because the black suit ain't just a black suit. It got some.
Yeah.
So it has a story to it, but he's changing all that. And he's making it this whole, psychological deep thing where the suit. You know, we're gonna see. I'm excited to see it. I'm excited to see it. That's crazy though. This is how sad we are as DC fans. We're looking forward to the
director's cut.
Director's cut of a movie that's 3 years old.
Yeah.
That's what we're excited for. Meanwhile, Marvel out there killing everybody.
Yeah.
Marvel out there just shutting it down. Disney is destroying everything they touch. It's money. But WB, they just can't.
Except for Star Wars films. No.
Yeah. they've been like on fire lately.
Yes.
Fire. And it's just so we're gonna I just don't WB just. Marvel just buy the rights, man. Marvel just buy the rights to Superman. Everybody else, y'all can figure it out. But just bring Marvel.
Dallas wants Superman in the next Spider-Verse movie. Come on, guys.
I've made jokes about that before about them buying it or whatever, and there was actually a couple times where I'd actually slowed down and thought about like how neat it would be to like incorporate like Superman and Batman into the Marvel universe and just see like let it go from there and just see how they kind of like fold into the universe,
They would, if they did that, the government would like step and say, "Hey, nah, y'all can't.
Yeah.
Y'all can't acquire Warner Bros. Sorry, I got a monopoly on all.
Yeah,
nah, I can't do that."
All
right. Well, we're running a little bit over actually. Adam, you have a giveaway, right?
Oh, geez. Yeah, we got. Okay, so now we're doing the giveaway at the end of the show. So everybody that's still watching, you now have a chance to win the Fallen Silver Surfer, the Walgreens exclusive. Shipping will be on me. And basically, everyone wake up, pay attention, get back to your keyboards or turn your phone on. Make sure you're in chat. I am going to basically hand the reins of this contest over to our special guest, Mr. Dallas James. He is going to ask you a trivia question.
Right.
And the first person in the chat that types the correct answer to the trivia question.
Punctuation too.
Yeah. Spelling counts. So like do a good job. Make sure I don't even know what his question is yet. So we're about to find out, and then you'll just have to DM me your address, and this will get shipped right off to you. So, Fallen Silver Surfer, Dallas, take it away. As soon as Dallas finishes his question, that's when you get.
No. As soon as
Superman yet. No one types Superman yet.
As soon as I type start. As soon as I type start in the chat, then you could start putting your answers.
There you go.
In. Yeah.
If you answer correctly before Cheney has written start,
it does not count.
You're just lost.
Right.
All right. So Cheney is going to type, it's going to say Toy Migos start, and that's when you type the correct answer. Dallas, take it away.
What is the question?
So this, we're going to make it simple. I mean, if you read the story, you should know this answer right away. And the question is, who did the Fallen kill?
And start. All right. What do we got here? Rene Garcia. I lost. I never read.
I'm not a reader. Uncle Ben, Kal-El, really? You didn't read?
Hey, that's Thanos wins was a dope story too. That was a dope story. I really like that story.
Man.
Actually, I kind of was bothered when I got that Thanos in the mail. And I was like, yeah, it was cool that they packed in that extra, King Thanos head sculpt, but that ain't King Thanos. That's not what he looked like. The head sculpt does, not the body.
Right, but I think that and correct me if I'm wrong, because I didn't get that Thanos yet. It's coming in the mail from Hasbro Pulse, so it's on its way to me. But I believe that the King Thanos head works
supposed to go
on the previous Build-A-Figure.
Right.
Oh, that's what it is. So
you can, and the colors match up. So you can put it onto the previous Build-A-Figure to make a more correct version.
All right, so we have Rene Garcia, I Lost, I Never Read, Mr. William, Uncle Ben, Salvador Sandoval, Cal L, Thick Nick Galactus, Berserk says Superboy Prime, Soul Brothers says Thor, Chamba says Good Luck, Blaine Sanchez says Thanos.
There you go.
Yep, there you go. Blaine Sanchez is the first one.
All right, Sanchez.
Blaine Sanchez.
Actually, not right.
Oh.
Ryan Carper has it. Carper has it.
Ryan Carper. Oh. Ghost Rider.
He left some out of that. He left something out of that. He left some Ghost Rider, yeah, but he left something out.
Okay. Well, we're still waiting.
But you're close, Ryan. Ryan is close.
Ryan is close. Blaine Sanchez, Cosmic Ghost Rider. Ryan Carper, Cosmic Ghost Rider.
Blaine has
it. Okay.
I was just about to say, I looked it up because I was.
Thanos killed him. They didn't kill either Thanos. It was two of them, but he did kill. He one-shotted Cosmic Ghost Rider with that hammer.
Yep. And so Blaine Sanchez is the winner.
Blaine Sanchez. Yeah.
Blaine Sanchez. If you're friends with me on Instagram, DM me on Instagram, or if you're not on Instagram, then just message me in here right now, and I will hit you up. We will get you the Fallen in the mail. Mm-hmm. I'll probably hit up the post office this weekend. Congratulations.
All right. Well, Dallas, I want to thank you so very, very much for taking the time out to come hang out with us, man. This is
fun, man. This is awesome. Thank you for the opportunity to just to kind of talk about this fandom of mine. I never had a chance to do that, so this was cool, man. I appreciate
it. I really appreciate it a lot. Where can we keep up with you at, sir?
So you can find me on Instagram at the Real Dallas James. You see, every day I'm posting something type of that's pop culture or a movie clip or figures, comics, whatever, all those things. You can catch me there at the Real Dallas James.
Sweet. And Adam, where can we keep up with you?
I'm playing with myself.
All right.
That's it.
Well, Adam, go ahead and take us on out, sir.
Follow Toy Amigos on things and go to our Discord and Facebook and Twitter and Instagrams. Is that the thing? Is that what I'm supposed to say? Toy Amigos. They're not dolls.
Thank you to everyone who came to hang out and talk and learn. This was very, very informative. I wanted to say that as well. Thank you so much, sir. Thanks to the mods. Thanks to, Papa Schmitty for holding it down in the Discord. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you guys so much. As always, keep up with us on Instagram, Facebook, the Discord, the Facebook group. This will be up tomorrow morning. So everybody have a good night. As always, I am Cheney180.
I'm playing with myself.
Dallas James.
All right. And remember, guys, they're not dolls.
Plus Ultra.